15 minutes gone, and Manchester United's corner. Pallister going towards the near post. Bruce coming in behind him. Oh, and McCaffrey was just trying to apply a final touch, and anything gentler than that must surely have gone in. A couple of minutes to go to half-time. And Limpar made a long run to get himself involved, and Keith Hackett has given the goal. Arsenal have stolen a goal here, and the player that they're calling their new match winner, well, he hasn't won the game here, but he's caught out Seeley. Irwin. Well, matches between Arsenal and Manchester United are rarely occasions for the purist. Feelings running over again, but they're always pulsating matches that need firm refereeing. And Keith Hackett will always give the players a chance when he feels there is some doubt. Phelan on... oh, it was Irwin, wasn't it, who was lucky. That was totally unnecessary. Well, maybe that's carrying sympathy too far from the referee. And look what's happened as a result of it. Look at this. This is disgraceful. It's a free-for-all. And how will the referee be able to sort it all out? Alec Ferguson has had to come from the bench to try and intervene to restore some order. David Rocastle was sent off playing here back in 1987 in just such a similar skirmish. Winterburn is cautioned. And Anders Limpar is getting a very, very strict talking to. And a name going into the book and a yellow card. When I thought for a fraction of a second, for that high tangle with Irwin, remember what had happened before. McClair was lashing out, and the ball was the last thing on his mind. And Nigel Winterburn did well to get up from that.
So Gillespie at the back with Glenn Hussein, McMahon of course in midfield, and a very powerful front line. Here's Rush going for it, getting in front of Butterworth. And Barnes with a shot, and a touch over for the first corner. Blades got in the way of Barnes' shot, and it's going to be a quick one, taken to Nicol, who's pushed up from right back from Houghton. Nicol will get the cross in, and it's a good one, and powered straight in by Gerry Gillespie. Gillespie in less than 90 seconds. Venison with plenty of time. Nicely picked up by Dale Gordon. Power, and here's Fox. Great effort, it's in! Will Fox has pulled one back. A great strike by the 22-year-old Norwich forward.
The best contest in the First Division yesterday, Leeds United's game with Queen's Park Rangers. It looked over as a contest with the home side 2 up in 17 minutes. Chris White's first goal for Leeds, followed smartly by Gordon Strachan, pickpocketing Kenny Sampson and making off to set up Lee Chapman for a second. Rangers without an away win this season, apparently without hope of one. And yet they were levelled by half-time. Paul Parker and Simon Barker prompting the comeback. Ray Wilkins making his annual visit to the opponent's penalty area, halving the deficit. Roy Wegley's 7-goal start to the season has been laced with some moments of real grace and no little impudence. When he puts it all together, he really is something to behold. He's a QPR number 10, all right. Some goal, some game all of a sudden. The next goal was always likely to be decisive. Leeds should have scored it. Danny Maddox pushing his luck. Lee Chapman winning a penalty. Rangers' new goalkeeper Jan Stejskal waiting and hoping, but Gordon Strachan lost out to the crossbar. The stage was set for Wegley's big finish. The real showmen not only have an eye for how to score, but when to score. Wilkins ushering the star of the show forward. Roy Wegley's 9th of the season. Leeds 2, QPR 3.
When Crystal Palace last came to Goodison Park in March, they were soundly thrashed 4-0 and described as the worst side to visit all season. Now they're defending an unbeaten record and defending it confidently. They're a tough side to break down. It was tough to watch for the Everton fans. If you manage to get past Eric Young and Andy Thorne, you deserve a bravery award, but certainly a better result than that. Graham Sharp's frustration echoing round Goodison Park.
The last 5 games between these two teams have produced no fewer than 30 goals, so the fans at Stamford Bridge were eagerly expecting another net-busting spectacular. Only the crossbar prevented Chelsea from taking the lead. Gordon Gerry struck ferociously from 25 yards. Gerry has had more than his fair share of injuries, showing he can still hit the target. England fullback Stuart Pearce packs a fair wallop too. Goalkeeper Dave Besant furiously organising his wall. And Besant, an England colleague of Pearce, needed to be at his sharpest to keep out this typical free kick. Well, Besant kept Forrest out all day. He nearly threw it all away. And this clearance presented Forrest with a golden opportunity. Fortunately for Chelsea, Steve Hodge put that shot wide.
City ahead in no time, but not at full time. 40 seconds gone, and let's just say Niall Quinn won the penalty from Derby County's Michael Forsyth. Peter Shilton almost won the penalty prize, but Mark Ward's kick sneaked in with little help from hand and post. City came within 17 minutes of victory over a Derby team with only 2 points to their name. But what Derby do have is Dean Saunders, a fabulous equaliser, right up there with that Clive Allen goal at Chelsea last year. City foiled again.
Nottm are making headlines before the game after the stock exchange suspended dealings in the club's shares. To make matters worse, England captain Gary Lineker was replaced by Paul Walsh after sustaining a head injury in the international against Poland. It didn't matter. Walsh proved to be more than a handful for Dave Bassett's side. Walsh forcing home his first goal after David Harrell's header came back off the bar. Sheffield's misery increased in a moment of madness. Fullback David Barnes deliberately struck the ball against the linesman. And Barnes receiving the red card for a second bookable offence. Sheffield's 10 men overrun now. And Nottm continued his fine form this season by adding a second goal minutes later. Fine through ball from Walsh. Fine finish from the Spanish midfield man. And all this happened in the second half. Spurs on their way to their biggest league win of the season. Before today, Paul Walsh hadn't managed a goal. But he tormented the Sheffield defenders. Sheffield all at sea as Walsh jinks in once again. And he wasn't finished yet. Closing moments now. And the Walsh hat-trick from Paul Stewart. And Walsh in to beat Simon Tracy. 4 more goals for Spurs. They remain unbeaten and keep the pressure on Arsenal and Liverpool at the top of the table.
Southampton don't travel well. They've not won away from home in the league this season. At Coventry, a couple of doses of Matthew Le Tissier was enough to settle them down. But Peter Billing administered an own goal straight from the coaching manual. A flick header, up, over and in. Lately, the fireworks for Coventry have all exploded off the pitch. Though Cyril Regis is still sparkling, his cousin's the sprinter John Regis. With that pedigree, Neil Ruddock left with really no alternative. Brian Borrow stepped into Brian Kilcline's shoes for the day and for 1-1 before half-time. But dose number 2 of Le Tissier came free of additives. Effortless manner, economy of movement, perfect result. 2-1, Le Tissier's third of the season.
Perhaps Luton were a bit rusty after such a long layoff, but they were caught at Roker Park by 2 comparatively early goals. 12 minutes, Peter Davenport looking for a through ball for Gabbiadini. John Dragh gets in a mess, Gabbiadini doesn't need a second invitation. Marco Gabbiadini's 6th goal of the season. He's only 22, but very much at home in the First Division. 31 minutes gone now, and Luton concede another after looking quite secure at the back. Bennett gets another attack going. Now Gabbiadini is left with far too much room in midfield, and he gets at the defence. He finds Peter Davenport here, and it's a great shot. Peter Davenport with the second goal. Gabbiadini was hurt in that one, but certainly not as hurt as Luton Town. The final score, Sunderland 2, Luton 0.